My primary source report is about the Enuma Elish stories. The original literary source material is from Old Testament Parallels, Laws and Stories from the Ancient Near East by Victor H. Matthews and Don C. Benjamin. The Enuma Elish stories are a Babylonian creation myth or epic tale that conveys the assemblage of Mesopotamian gods, the conflicts lying therein, the resultant creation of the cosmos, Earth, humans, and Babylon, and the eventual imminence of the god Marduk. This tale commences with an all but amorphous universe, one existing in a watery primeval state. Through the mingling of the saltwater deity known as Tiamat and the freshwater deity Apsu, other divine entities are birthed. These include the divine warriors, the Ajiji, and the Anunnaki or divine elders. In due time, the growing unruliness of the Ajiji anger Apsu to the point of wanting to eradicate them. One of the younger gods, Eu, son of Apsu, becomes aware of this plan and kills his father. Eu and his goddess wife Damkina proceed to rule the divine assemblage. Their union produces another generation of gods, chief among them Marduk. Once the four winds are created by Ea and given to Marduk, he reveals and establishes his power via winter storms. The god Tiamat is alarmed by these storms and believes them to be perceived as challenging to her supremacy over water. A collusion is formulated with other divine assembly members to depose Ea. She marries Kingu after creating monstrous bodyguards and charges him with leading them into combat. Ea's father Anshat recommends that he negotiate with his wife Tiamat instead. Nevertheless, Ea is too afraid of Tiamat to do so. At this point, Marduk offers to stand against Tiamat, albeit at a costly price. Marduk and Tiamat then clash on their own. Marduk immobilizes her with storm winds and shoots a lightning arrow down her throat. Marduk is victorious and proceeds to the sacred mountains to be declared the divine assembly ruler. A temple is built on Apsu's grave and named in homage to him. In this imagery, we see Tiamat on the left battling Marduk on the right. The remains of Tiamat's monsters are used to create statues outside of the temple gate. Additionally, Marduk splits Tiamat's body in half and uses one half to create the heavens and the other to fashion earth. From her eyes, it is said that the Tigris and Euphrates rivers are born. The divine assembly members become celestial constellations with seasonal attributes. The moon marks the months with its phases, along with being entrusted to protect the night. Ultimately, Ea and Marduk discuss the formation of human beings. After deliberation, it is decided that an ally of Tiamat is sacrificed for this purpose. As such, Kingu's throat is slit and his blood is resultantly utilized to create the Aborigines, or natives indigenous people. To observe Marduk's inauguration, the Esagila, or the Great Ziggurat of Ur, is constructed in the city of Babylon. Marduk has divine titles bestowed upon him by the divine assembly. During the freshly created New Year festival of Akitu, the Enuma Elish stories are to be retold to commemorate Marduk's delivering Babylon from its enemies. In the top image, we see an artist rendition of the Esagila, or Ziggurat of Ur, and the bottom image is the most recent reconstruction done primarily in the 1980s. A little historical background. Around 1100 BCE, Amorite and Sumerian stories were compiled into what is known as the Enuma Elish stories. They celebrate political and military achievements, the rulers of this region, and the god Marduk. Ashurbanipal, king of Neo-Assyrian Empire between 668 and 627 BCE, had a copy of the Enuma Elish stories made for his library at Nineveh. Tablet 5 is a clay tablet discovered at Haran, ancient city in present-day Turkey, on the Euphrates River. The original was a 30-inch tall baked clay tablet written in Akkadian cuneiform with some of the earlier fragments dating to 900 to 850 BCE. Austin Henry Layard, who lived from 1817 to 1894, was an Assyriologist and collector for the British Royal Museum. In 1849 CE, fragments of the Enuma Elish stories were recovered by Sir Austin Layard at the Assyrian city of Ashur in modern-day Turkey. Written on clay tablets as aforesaid, the dimensions of the fragments shown here measure 2.5 inches long by 3.5 inches high, and the inscription script is cuneiform. They currently reside at the British Museum in London. Thank you for viewing my primary source report presentation.